did Tracy come from?
Oh, God.
Don't worry about that. I want to welcome you all to No Cap Space, our special draft edition. It's no days off. I want to introduce myself as the official Las Vegas Game Hawks welcomer. Check in with me, tap in with me. But we're going to get there. I'm joined by Greer and Tyler, and we're going to have a good night because in case you didn't know, the WNBA draft was tonight, and we got 2 hours and 14 minutes, guys. They didn't cut us off like they usually do. Success, victory. And, you know, this draft had a lot of players that have set records, that have, you know, accomplished firsts, many firsts. And they're also a special group of people benefiting off them NIL dollars. And they were on full display tonight with the fashion. So let's take a look at what the girls had on tonight.
Let's scan.
Let's scan. Let's start with somebody who you might be tired of hearing, but it don't matter because she's the draw. My daughter, Caitlin Clark, pull up with the Prada on, and said, if you can't recognize what's going on here, get your money up.
The first ever athlete fully styled by Prada in the NBA or WNBA draft. Like that's
No, like the boys get to go to JCPenney, okay? Okay. You remember the JCPenney suits, okay? Caitlin got Prada. Like we're here. Stop. Like let's
from head to toe with the glasses down to the shoes.
Yeah.
She said Prada on Prada. Get them, Glow. But I'm you know, I was a little nervous at first. I'm not gonna hold you because she's from Iowa, right? And do we know Iowa to be a epicenter for fashion? There's no Iowa Fashion Week. So I didn't really know what to expect. And then she stepped. Yeah. So I'm proud of her.
The first video we saw too was like, I mean,
it wasn't the best angle.
Yeah, it was
right.
Like right. That's the point. But once we got the full look, I was like, okay. Yeah. You know, as a noted fashion, expert.
Yeah, from Oklahoma.
Yeah. That's
Norman Fashion Week.
It's big time here. A lot of people come from Oklahoma City for it. I think my favorite thing to be in women's business was the mule with the teeth.
She cooked
with the Croatian. It was like the city that she's from. Yep, that's tough. That was fire. That was fire.
No, I mean collectively, this is maybe the best that the girls have done. Like we've talked about Caitlin a ton, but Miss Cam Brink. Miss Cam Brink. Where are you going? The Oscars, the Grand, like she could have gone to any event and looked amazing, and she just absolutely killed the black and white look. Cam Brink, all the babies, they were just giving Model T, and they absolutely killed it.
Rakia had
because when you think Angel declaring in Vogue wasn't enough, she pulls up with that dress and some red bottoms. Like, man, she was not kidding with anybody at all. And the thing that really makes my heart swell, for years we've been saying that, like, because there's no like strict guidelines on what to wear for the draft, sometimes it comes out where people look like they're going to two different events. Everyone going to the Met Gala. Yeah. Everyone on their way. Yeah. You know, so I was really proud that everybody rose to the occasion. I mean, like Peely with the culture piece. Yeah. Come on, man.
Fire.
Stop playing. Camilla and Rakia with the red because they out for blood.
Did Rakia become the first ever player to change fits? Mid-draft?
What I'm telling you, money moves, man. Like the girls are doing outfit changes now.
The iced out buffs that she had, like very, very Detroit core. If you know, you know.
I don't know, but I know the vibe.
Yeah, the whole family had on buffs too, not just Rakia. Like that was the part that really ate. The entire table had on buffs. So, what up, though? Great, chef's kiss.
The cuts, the fits, the colors.
Yeah, I don't feel like anybody like stands out in a bad way at all. Like if everyone like you said, everyone was dressed for the same event, which has been an issue in the past.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like
even
when you watch
Spielberg had on her House of CB dress. Okay?
Kathy got the guns out. Kathy said, "Oh, we getting rivalries now.
No,
we getting negative."
IG baddie. Come to find out, Kathy is an IG baddie. She was hiding the Blazers for the first 2 years, and she said, "Money is up, more eyes than ever. I'm transforming to full IG baddie."
We shedding the Katos. We here now. Dress barn is a thing of the past. But nah, they looked phenomenal. And to me, I was also proud that the GMs were like, hey, if the girls are going to put on their things and look their best, we're going to make moves that make sense. It was a lot of money moves being made. Like every pick from a marketing perspective, I was like, ooh. Oh, they about to cook off this. They about to eat off this. You know, you start with Caitlin. Obvious, you know.
Come on now. I mean, that's
obvious.
That is
obvious.
The money move.
Worst kept secret in all of women's basketball was that Caitlin was going #1 to Indiana.
Yeah.
So many times tonight she told us, open up those pocketbooks.
Yes.
Immediately.
She had the script ready.
They knew. Together now. Get your funds together now. She's no broke boys.
And she was speaking to the whole country. The way that the tickets have been selling out to the whole country. That's every market. That ain't just Indiana that she's talking to. That ticket's going to be hard to find.
And that's how you become an ally. Because somebody had tweeted that, high tide rises all ships. She's going to get people paid. Open up your wallets and respective pocketbooks. And let's go. And the Indiana Fever, look at what they did. They got Celeste Taylor. So my child still can work on that defensive end, while she's out here selling these tickets. Money moves.
Yeah.
Pure money moves.
Yeah. I like I obviously there's other guards on the roster that I'm interested in seeing Caitlin pair up with, like a Grace, like a Lexi Hull. But Celeste Taylor is a guard that just makes sense next to Caitlin, just with the defensive capability. Like that just adds up. The fit with Caitlin going into this roster immediately was a good fit, just with where the Fever already were. And then you go and get a guard that could potentially end up being the pairing for Caitlin in the long term next to her and being able to take those tougher defensive assignments. I have no complaints. Across the board, Caitlin was a given, but Celeste Taylor is a hell of a pick too.
I love it. Next, we had the Sparks, man. The Sparks.
Man, you want to talk about a duo made for Hollywood?
Let me tell you something. Bro. So you have Cam Brink, right? You're getting not only the California Stanford money, right? Because they can just travel right down. Nice little quick flight to see their girl at Staples Center. You getting that Curry money infused into your franchise? Come on, dog. And then you got...
is coming to claim she doesn't want PCH.
Talk to him. And then you pair her with Rodeo Drive Rakia. Bruh.
Yeah.
It's about to go up.
Yeah.
Because you got two players that their games are going to be nice together. And then they have the personality.
All the sense in the world. There's literally no aspect of this on the court, off the court that this doesn't make sense. For the Sparks, you knew what three players they were going to end up with. Two of the three that were the top four was very set. It was just there was no real wrong answer. I feel like with just the talent left in the top three. But you got Cam Brink and Rakia Jackson in the same draft. Come on, bro. Those are two legitimate franchise cornerstones, MVP ceilings that we're talking about with these type of players.
Well, they got the modern version of Delisha and Lisa. Perennial.
Oh, the Gen Z. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I've taken out the history books.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, if you are a longtime Sparks fan, you remember what those days were like when this team was anchored by Delisha and Lisa, and the 2.0 version of that, a wing who's incredibly versatile in Rakia, and then a post player who is going to add tons of things to her game, but already can be super effective at this level. So, the Sparks are rebuilding, but They knocked tonight out of the park.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you also mentioned a USC player that's staying in LA. In
Mhm.
Mackenzie Forbes might end up being like, when you look at just one pick, she has the potential to be like the best value pick for how late that she was picked in this draft. What she has the capabilities of bringing, and she obviously knows how to play next to a star player and be that other option for a star player. Like, she has the potential to absolutely stick on this roster and be a pivotal glue piece to a long-term Sparks team. So like, this is another draft. I honestly feel like most teams did pretty damn well in this draft. Like there were not many teams where I felt like they just blew it, and the Sparks definitely weren't one of them. They knocked it.
Oh my goodness. Because like, again, you got the Curry money, you got the Stanford money, you got the Lady Vols money, you got the Fight On dollars. You got Juju's teammate on the team, meaning Juju herself might pull up, meaning Cheryl might pull up, because remember, in
Cheryl
case you haven't seen,
party. I don't think you may not have peeped that, but Cheryl,
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I did not.
Party,
come on down.
Standing up
again.
So.
Come on.
In case you haven't been paying attention, the No Cap Space crew has been covering the other USC, and they're bridging the gap. So the aunties are welcoming all of their babies with open arms. So we might be able to see a lot of those people show up. So that, man, Sparks just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
But you know what else makes money? Mess.
Yeah.
And we got some of it.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go. This is the joking Noah.
Yeah. So my dog, Camilla, Killer Camilla, she did it. But I mean, like, they, I think, have the perfect coach to handle this, you know, in Teresa Witherspoon. New coach, but like, she's not new to this, man. This is just her first go at this particular position.
She's gonna be just
so
fine.
yeah, and, you know, and I think she has the temperament. She's worked in the NBA, right? Because I know, like, everybody likes to act like women are the messy gender or whatever, but like, look at Tyler. Like, look, you know,
you're the messiest person you know.
Exactly. So Teresa Witherspoon has been around a bunch of temperamental men that some were probably, you know, feeling a type of way about Zion.
You see what happened to Zion when she left, right?
Exactly. You know, so I really,
you saw that, right?
Jesus.
I'm just saying. The data is there.
But you're right. Like, this is like the perfect coach. Like, it's almost kind of similar to like the LA thing, like where the players just fit. Like Teaspoon and these players just fit Chicago. It just makes sense in my head for them to be in Chicago. Like, and seeing if they can work this out, which I assume that they will. From
the North Shore to the Old Block.
Yeah, it's you know, it's just putting it behind us, right? The rebounding that these two are going to be able to bring. I can't stand y'all. I'm really trying to. I was trying to hold it back.
Not Greer wilding us.
Camilla told us that her favorite song was Finito. We need.
She did. This is true. I forgot about that. You're right,
bro.
Chief Keef at the home.
If Chief Keef pulls up.
Oh my God. Yo, we need it. Someone start the campaign on Twitter. We
also need.
Thank you for coming out. Love you.
Look,
Chance got the ring. Is done.
That's what I'm saying. Move around, because you weren't here last season. Yeah. After they won that ring, we stopped seeing you. So I need
celebrity guests.
Hello, I need Chief Keef. Is Little Reese a possibility? Yeah, you know. I need all the littles, the Chief Keef, and then we got to balance it out. I need Common, I need No Name, I need Jennifer Hudson, because we got to make this a family environment, or people are going to start getting nervous. So we could just mellow it on out and have a nice little range and spectrum. Listen, because I don't think it's going to be that messy. Like, you know, they were fierce competitors in college, so it's probably a lot of that's going to die down now that it's money time. But like, just Angel's temperament, Camilla's personality, Teaspoon's temperament and demeanor, like this is just because she's gonna let them be them,
right?
And that's gonna be
in the post draft press conference. Camilla said, like, nobody's getting boards against us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then
she's a what do you call it? An honorary member of the No Cap Space crew, and the way that she pivoted, flawless.
Listen, this is
I love it.
Like, this is a damn block dream for me. They about to be sending shots, getting rebounds. This is great for the brand. Great for the brand.
And it's a marketing dream because again, like I said, Teaspoon's gonna let them be them, but like she's also going to be able to know when to reel it in.
It's the perfect like there's I can't think of any other really. I mean, I think she's like the one. Like that, it just works. It works. I love it.
And speaking of Camilla, we had some boots on the ground, some large boots, some large possible Chelsea boots. But like our boy Rashard,
producer Shardy.
Producer Shardy, man, you saw him in the studio, kind of, but see him in the draft, man. He talked to Dawn Staley about Camilla's growth, and here's what she said.
Yeah, Camilla Cardoso, her growth has been a steady climb. I'm most proud of her this year because there was nobody in front of her. It was all her. She took the approach of, I'm going to the league. I'm going to put this work in. I'm going to lead on and off the court. If we get to the Final Four, I'm going to will our team through the semis, and I'm going to will our team through the finals. I'm going to put them on my back, and I'm going to lead South Carolina on the greatest note. Congrats, Camilla. I love you.
That's why you got to follow us on Twitter. You never know what might pop up on the Twitter. That's in the description below. You never know what might pop up on Twitter. Come on, man.
You know where our boots be? On the ground.
On the ground.
On the ground.
Stay there. Shout out to Dawn. We appreciate her taking the time to speak with Shardy with at the draft. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, so he could get back to fist bumping. So
Not too much.
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you.
Yeah. Okay.
You gonna look that size 15 boot up your.
I'm gonna hear a very distant purr and be like, what the?
But speaking of money moves, we had a lot of teams get a lot of talent for their dollar because this draft was so deep. Even Greg Bibb came out looking competent. Like it was very hard to mess up. But we have some teams that got the best bang for their buck.
I mean, I feel like the best team at that was the Aces.
Really?
Yeah.
We can't keep getting away with this.
Like, look at this lineup of talent that they got. No first round pick. And this is the depth that they leave with. Can we talk about Kate Martin? Like her being in the crowd, just there.
Came to ride with your best friend and left a second round draft pick.
Come on, man.
Asia Wilson tweeted about you all in this span of like hour and a half.
Listen what I'm saying, because I tweeted this, right? Kate Martin was not jealous of her homegirl. Kate Martin was a supporter. Kate Martin knew that that's her dog. She came to be a supporter and not a hating hoe. And what happened? She got blessed. Let that be a lesson to you all.
Yeah.
But my Las Vegas Game Hawks, baby, we're so up. Cause we gotta do the coinciding and the coexisting in Indiana and now Vegas. Speaking of mess, so everybody put on your get along shirt because we're here now. But I tweeted this too. The first time Kate Martin hits that turnaround fadeaway over Slack Mamba,
dude,
I will ascend.
Kawhi Martin,
baby.
Martin, man. Like,
so then we got the third leading scorer in NCAA history.
Just casual.
And Kate Martin with multiple Final Four.
The 3-time ACC Player of the Year in the list.
Who's just gonna get a year just to sit and just take all the information in from Asia Wilson and Candace Parker?
She said Chelsea Gray already tapped in.
Come on, bro. Like this is like you realize the post fadeaways like that are gonna be on this roster. Like I haven't even like started to begin thinking about like roster spots and everything about who might make what. But the depth that they were able to easily add, like this is for they didn't have a first round pick and they filled every possible need. Angel Jackson is what 6'6"?
And we pissed everybody off because they can't keep getting away with this. Yes, we can, and we will. Because there's a reason. People were furious we lost that first round pick. They're still furious. They use hating us as a political statement. And here we are.
Winning anyway.
Yeah.
Oops.
And I can't wait to see what Fair can do, coached by Becky Hammond. Like, you want to talk about
on the broadcast, they were saying that Becky wanted her basically, and we're hoping that would fall to them. Like, if you know anything about Becky Hammond as a pro, undersized but an absolute bucket. Exactly, that's Fair's exact.
Does that sound familiar? Like,
so sounds like a match.
It's another just coaching player match. It just makes sense. Like when you think about all the teams that Fair could have gone to. The Aces, both with Becky and just the need of some guard depth coming off the bench, like this was the best possible spot, and it helps that they're back-to-back champions. But like this is it, it's just perfect, and really for all these players, like this all of this draft just makes sense for the Aces. Backup guard depth, Kate Martin able to space the floor. Liz Kitley, if you kind of leave her to the side for this season with roster space and everything, and then Angel Jackson is you get a 6'6" player like with literally the last pick of the draft. Like you can't teach that height, and she's a hooper too. Like don't get that wrong. And she's very very solid. So like
from a Jackson State team who was the best HBCU all season long. So and has played against a ton of high talent because their coach Tamika Reed has for the last 2 seasons has kept their non-conference schedule stacked. So she's familiar with some of the players who are not drafted ahead of her, who are already truly an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Nobody. That's what a draft. This, I mean, it's the best.
I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe this is my life. And as eager as I am for them to come, nobody was more excited than the official greeter, Asia Wilson, who already has some big plans.
She wasn't even on the roster list before she was on Asia's fit list. You realize how crazy that is? What graphic guy does she have locked up in the basement ready to make these at any point?
Because she dropped that immediately. And it was so good. Oh, it was so good. So I love it. I love it. Additional money moves because again, the girls are bringing eyeballs. I did not know that my daughter was a Swiftie. We about to eat. We about to eat.
It's been a thing, I think.
Yeah. During the Eras tour, I remember
not keeping up with your daughter's hobbies. Oh my God.
No, I'm not that involved. Apparent. She has to be able to have space away.
Who 22 from Iowa. Why wouldn't she be a Swiftie? She's also a Chiefs fan, so that link there. Why wouldn't she?
Oh, they're showing up. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah. I got a Swiftie follower. She was like, "Stop trying to profit off of us," and I was like, "Hey neighbor, I was just trying to be friendly." So yeah, Swifties, what up? Tap in with us. 1989 was my jam. Like I love Shake It Off. Like what do we, let's turn up. Cause they had Cruel Summer playing during a commercial. I was like, we're not playing with it. We ain't leaving no money on the table. Kathy Engelbert.
Well, I hope Travis and Taylor courtside at game.
Oh my goodness.
Sometime this season.
I need it.
Make it happen.
So if we got that situation going on in Chicago, we need this in Indiana.
Honestly, Taylor, WNBA All-Stars in Phoenix. What's up? Get at us. Get at us.
Swifties.
A little medley of Bad Blood.
If they play Shake It Off, if they play Mean at All-Star, I'm storming the court.
Oh, Indy, man, if you play Bad Blood when Chicago comes to town. Oh, my. Hey. I need something. Hey.
Nah, Taylor getting involved in rivalries? Oh, my goodness.
So the video you posted earlier today, Kathy said she wanted what? Rivalries. Now, it is a little dangerous saying that as Iowa fans are coming in because it's like, no, not like that. Whoa. Calm down.
On the court.
Yeah. Whoa. Not the Liberty Mall, the Misfits. Let's reel it back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we could get some good energy, some good negative energy That's what we need. We need that infused. We need some hate. We need celebrities to come get involved. I'm tired of seeing Ted Lasso, so he can go ahead and move out the way. We need new blood.
Chance,
but like
Ted Lasso.
Thing of the past. We're done with you. You served your purpose. So I'm really excited at the eyeballs that are going to get on this, because the girls, they have so many interests and such that they touch a lot of fan bases, and I think it's just going to take the game to a new level. I'm curious to see.
I don't know if the Fever have dropped the link yet. Is the jersey available right now?
They had a whole collection.
Oh,
they had a Caitlyn collection. I didn't look into see like exactly what it
did that sweatshirt? Okay, because I need what the one Weezy had on.
Yeah,
I might need to cop that one.
Yeah,
get it from her. She'll be.
I was getting ready to say she might be learning Chinese here in a minute. They showed Celeste, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because she was like in the audience in the video. I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh girl.
Does she know?
Wait, they were coming to replace me? Always were.
Can I highlight my personal favorite pick of the draft?
Go ahead.
I've been praying for this and it happened.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Alyssa Peely is on Minnesota. This makes me so happy.
For months, we've been
talking about this. It was always Minnesota and Connecticut were the two teams that we had kind of talked about for different reasons. But Cheryl Reeve has been notably the best coach at allowing rookies to develop and giving them that time. And now you're getting a player in Peely that you can mold into literally whatever you want her to be. Right. Like it sounded like when she was in getting interviewed that she was prepared to kind of be more of a 3 that is able to rebound, which totally cool with me. But just allowing Reeve, a coach like that we know, because there's coaches that I don't trust with rookies at all. Right. Atlanta.
Oops.
So
you gotta earn that.
Genuinely though, that just makes me so excited because I do think that she is a player that needs refinement, but just to find her role in the W because she can do so many different things. Right. So just kind of figuring out what that looks like. But that pick for me
who has her on a real plan.
Exactly.
Right?
That just and has an actual I just trust whatever. I don't know what the vision is. I don't know what that's going to end up looking like, but I trust it. And it just made me so happy because we've been talking about that literally for months at this point. Like with all our Pac-12 watch-alongs, and it's always kind of been a conversation. The Lynx and the Sun have always been the two teams. We got the Lynx today. It was my preferred team.
You're talking about your pick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You've already gloated enough.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You started with the jersey and all that shit. But if I can talk about my own personal favorite pick, it's Mika Mule.
I love it. That's my second favorite. I'm right there with you.
And I love it. People were in the crowd. Obviously, the draft was in New York this year, so people were in the crowd, hoping that the Liberty would take her with the 11th pick. They went a different direction and drafted Marquisha Davis out of Ole Miss. Fine, cool, great. But Shine, to your point, there's something greater for you on the other side. And, she's going to be able to learn from a Skylar Diggins, a Jewel Lloyd, play on a team that has stakes already, right? Like the Seattle Storm are really trying to do something, be playing with pros, former MVPs, probably some future MVPs as well. I'm super, super happy for Nika, and I don't think she's going to get an opportunity to wear number 10 for the Storm, but 11.
Yeah, they were so ready to make that comparison. They had that one loaded up, understandably, but they were ready for the Sue Bird.
Look, man, they wear the same size. Let her try it on for a year and see what happens. Just make an exception. Don't be a hater like your bestie. Don't be a hater. Speaking of bestie, we drafted Caitlin Clark's best friend. That was my favorite pick, in case you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah. We money moves, because they said we gonna capitalize off that too. Because where do you think Caitlin gonna be on her off day? Sin City, baby. Caitlin Clark versus Kate Martin showdown. Man, must see TV.
Man, it's gonna be such a beautiful moment when the T-Mobile Center, when Caitlin comes to Vegas.
Indy versus Vegas. Caitlin versus Kate Martin. Aaliyah Boston versus Asia Wilson. Yeah. Man, come on.
Yeah.
The script writers got busy.
The now versus the next, just across the board. Come on, man.
From dueling fan bases.
Either. Don't steal that.
Yeah, don't steal that. That's mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, speaking of, I don't know. There's no segue to this. Holly Rowe didn't botch this completely. I wanted to point that out because I don't really remember anything sticking out, which positive.
The one thing that stuck out to me was Celeste Taylor, where she prefaced the question with like, "I hope this doesn't offend you," and I feel like everyone kind of held their breath. And it was just a Caitlin question.
That was a really good question.
It makes sense to ask that. Like that is contextually, a journalistically good question.
But we put the fear of God in her on the internet. She saw that Greer's moment. She saw Greer's last 5th round draft pick moment. Mm-hmm.
So you're saying Holly's tapped in with no cap space? Got it.
Holly Rowe is tapped in with no cap space. What are you doing? Something's wrong with you if you're not. And it's like, when the Australian one, Poach. It's W season. I'm already messing up names.
Names are bad.
Yeah, I know. But like when she just couldn't stop crying because she was so overwhelmed with joy, I thought Holly handled that beautifully. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, bullying works. Because old Holly would have just been like, yeah, she's crying. Can you see it? Get the camera up in here. And just let's exacerbate that. Let's exploit it a little bit. But she seemed to be doing well. I think she took the notes. And I think her prefacing that question, she's been on her Zoom. So she may have blocked a lot of y'all, but she saw it.
Got a burner.
She sees what's going on. So Holly, if you're taking notes, because I know you're tapped in right now.
Give me some snaps.
I'm not gonna go that far, but just make sure you stay tapped in with us because there's always room for notes. Speaking of tapping in, go ahead, Greer.
I don't know what you're going to say next, but another just like theme that crossed my mind in watching the draft was the amount of international players taken, especially in the early round, in the first round. Camilla, Aaliyah, the 2 girls from France who weren't in the building tonight.
5 out of 12 in the first round.
Like shit's
money moves again. I beg yours.
Yeah, that's major. Like obviously we know how much the game has been growing here.
Right.
But like being able to just have a very obvious example of how it's growing elsewhere, super dope. Like
players that players from mid-majors that got drafted, also very shocking to me. Shout out to them.
Yeah. I love it. I'm trying to think how many more were international.
Maxwell shocked the swoof out of that shocked me. I think Chicago took Maxwell.
Another pick I'm intrigued by, Owusu to Dallas.
Oh yeah,
I am very, very.
I know Shawnee would absolutely massacre him under normal circumstances, but they took JC Sheldon and Ashley Owusu.
They had a need.
I like it a lot.
They had a very clear, obvious, immediate need. Filled said need. Like I there's not really much to.
Coach Trammell, I know she's been tapped in.
Yes, sir. LT, the defense gonna be defensing. Right. We saw last year how the identity had been set up. Like Arike, like the offense is still the offense with Satu and Arike, but the defensive identity had to be established last season, and we saw that. And then they go and add guards that just amplify that. And
JC, she clamps.
Oh yeah, like it's almost similar to the same point that I made about Caitlin and Celeste. Like it just makes sense of just the dichotomy of the offensive guard and the defensive guard. It just makes sense, like to what they needed. And Owusu is a player that obviously has had a very unique journey throughout college, but she's on a roster, and frankly, that's all. Like I think everyone kind of wanted to see was just to see her get that opportunity, and like the rest is going to play out the way it's going to play out at this point. But I'm intrigued. Like that's like JC fills directly that need, but Owusu is a very intriguing, like different option to me about potentially filling that side next to Arike. So I'm excited about it, and that was the 4th to last pick that you get a player like with the potential of Owusu,
right?
That's a win.
Oh yeah,
That's
like 3 years ago was definitely projected to be a first rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Went through a lot of different things that even she couldn't control. So definitely still a pro prospect, an elite scorer,
Absolutely.
elite playmaker. I'm very excited for what Ashley can potentially do down in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why my phone went out. Y'all were talking about the Wings, and I just wasn't supposed to be a part of that conversation. So,
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about some players who didn't get drafted tonight? Most notably,
Jalen Sherrod.
Yeah.
That's friend of the no cap space. She's going to give someone hell in training camp. I don't know what team is going to be. I don't know where, but the chip on her. Like we've heard her talk so much about how comfortable she is being the underdog. When it comes to having a mentality to go undrafted and be successful, Jalen Sherrod has that. Like, no doubt.
Literally.
Like,
and it's like, respectfully to Deja, I still think it's a good pickup, and it was a win-win either way. But like, I wanted Jalen as the pick. I think that, oh my gosh, and learning from Chelsea Gray, like, that would have been fantastic.
I hear that. Yeah, I mean, Jalen's the obvious one that sticks out as undrafted.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, Charisma Osborne fell pretty far too, just like thinking guard wise and everything. But I'm intrigued by the Mercury fit. Like, obviously, that's frankly a team that's on a ticking clock when it comes to how long they'll be together. So being able to
at least 4 more years.
I don't know. Well, it depends on how long DT stick around.
4 more years.
Okay, well,
4 more years.
You know,
exactly.
You know.
Like she
So, okay,
listen.
Mm-hmm.
One, she said she wanted to go to Paris, right? So that's this year. You think after she done made these hating comments, she gonna let these rookies show her up? She's got to establish a tone, because then, like, we still got 3 more years till the Juju comparisons come. Because Juju is coming, the legend is growing.
Yeah,
you think Diana
There's
Taurasi?
no way she's gonna stay until Juju gets here. No way. That's the passing of the torch. One bun to the other. That's the passing of the torch. Come on.
After she gets cooked, that's the torch. Her ankles on fire.
Didn't you guys say she had a clip-on bun anyway? Just remove
a
it.
clip-on bun. Okay, we gotta go.
Put it on Juju. Bestow it upon you like a crown.
Not the crown.
Perfect.
So she's gonna be calling the first pick in 3 years, and instead of a jersey, it's a bun.
Okay. Also said they want to have 3 more teams in the.
Oh yeah, expansion.
Right. They want to expand. So we know the 13th team coming. So at least 14, 15, and 16. Wouldn't shock me if someone like a Serena Williams was a part of one of those groups after her clip today. Also, wouldn't shock me if you had some former players also involved in the ownership group. And I've heard Sue and Diana in particular talk ad nauseum about wanting to be a part of ownership group. So like, wouldn't shock me if in the next 3 announcements of cities that get the rights to teams, it wouldn't shock me if ownership groups are filled with people whose names we're familiar with.
Well, as you know, we're no cap space because our roster is full and we have no money, but you can change that. Allow no cap space to buy their own team.
Now you're talking.
You like our picks?
Now you're talking.
We have that critical eye.
Controlled team like the Packers in the NFL. That in the W. I agree.
And you know we're trustworthy because look at our interviews. Everybody we've interviewed had a huge tournament. Champions,
they're spinning good hoops.
Hello.
Come on.
And we can keep that vibe going by getting no cap space team. We'll think of the title and the color scheme and all that later.
That's the same strategy as Golden State used, so
it's a W thing, and we'll also pick the city later too.
Yeah,
sexy cities only.
Sexy cities, and we're gonna start with 5, and then we're gonna expand it out to 10, and then we'll go back to 3. So be on the lookout. But yeah, if all hearts and minds are clear,
WNBA draft 2024.
The season is here, and the content. This is kind of the start of our W content. Like this is the beginning.
Because this week we'll get into the weeds of things and talk about players and fits. So we will be having our draft grades. Spoiler, Greg, babe, you've already failed. Just offer it. New York also. We're going to get into our draft grades. We're going to get into more draft content. We're going to preview this season because it's going to be a doozy, folks.
30 days.
So make sure.
Yeah, we got a month. We're going to have
parties.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to have boots on the ground because my aces come to Colonial Life. And you know I'm going to be in there. I already got the tickets. Got them the day the Gamecocks finish the season undefeated. So I'm about to start a new streak, baby. I haven't been to an Aces game yet. So this is gonna be my first Aces game because I haven't been able to make the one in Atlanta. So if they beat Puerto Rico, we're starting a new streak. Tap in with us. So see how that goes. Make sure you like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Substack, subscribe to everything we're doing. Hop on Twitter.
All in the description.
In the description. Subscribe to our lives. No, that's not for public consumption.
I don't know. That's
yeah. We don't need a Holly Row, but yeah, just stay tapped in because we're gonna be giving content fast and furiously as this season approaches. So we thank y'all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.